Hello, welcome to A Woman's Words. I am Amy Lou Martin, and this is my first ever YouTube video, so I'm very excited about this. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully there will be many more, but this is the first one. I've been thinking about doing this for so long, and then I had this inspiration to do this particular video for quite a while as well. But then my friend's 12-year-old son, Ashley, he decided to launch his first YouTube channel yesterday, and you know, Ashley, that just so inspired me that I had to I just thought I've got to do it and do it now. So thank you so much for that inspiration. I will post the link to your channel below this video. Thank you. All right, so today you may hear my voice, it's a little bit croaky, but today I would really like to shout. In spite of this small voice, I really feel like I need a big voice today, okay? Something that some people have said to me about my website, is it a woman's words or a woman's swords? And today I feel like a woman's swords. I am ready to fight. And what I'm going to fight for is anti-fracking. Okay, so I'd really like to talk to you about fracking and what that means, and anti-fracking, which is what you can do about it. Okay, so I know some people that know already about fracking may be rolling their eyes right now and thinking, oh no, not again. Okay, but I promise you I will keep this as short as possible. I'm going to try and do it in 5 minutes. I can't promise, but I will try. But I would really just like to inform everybody about it. And the reason is, only 1 year ago I found out what fracking is. A friend of mine was very kind enough to tell me about it, and I'm so very glad he did, because it means that I can do something about it. Okay, so here we go. So the first thing I would really love to ask you is, how did you feel about Standing Rock? About those people that were there praying and doing these beautiful things, trying to help their land, trying to help their water, and then Donald Trump comes along, just stepping into his presidency, and straight away he says no, Dakota Pipeline is going through despite what everybody has done. I need to emphasize to you people, this thing in a slightly different skew, but it's happening right here in England right now, okay? And let me tell you something, people of England, we are the indigenous people here. This is our land, the land under our feet, and there is nobody else who's going to fight for it, pray for it, do what's got to be done for it. Okay, we are it. We need to step up and do it. And let me just tell you a little bit about what fracking is, or hydraulic fracturing, as the companies like Quadrilla and the government, they would call it maybe exploration or something, but that's what it is. It's fracking. And what that means is that they dig what they call fracking wells, but it's they dig vertically and then horizontally. They pump in a concoction of water and a load of chemicals. With that concoction, nobody actually knows what damage it will cause. No matter what they tell you, that the chemicals are not harmful, that may be true for some of them not, and the concoction, they have no idea what it will do. Okay, that is going into our land, which could end up anywhere. They don't know where the waste will end up. They don't know what where that will go, because our land is limestone and cavernous, so it could just end up seeping into everywhere, into our water plane, our water table even, and also the objective is to get gas out. Okay, so gas comes then out of the earth and comes what they call the gas flare. It's like a flare that comes up, which also pollutes the air, of course. Well, they say fracking wells, which makes you think, oh, maybe just like 1 or 2 holes in the ground. But let me tell you something, people of England. This is a picture of Australia. That's a gas field in Australia. That is what we're talking about. Can you imagine that in our land? Okay, that is what it's going to look like. Each one of those squares is a flare, is a fracking well. Our countryside now, our countryside after. That is what it will look like. And let me tell you something, people. We are not in Australia. We don't have vast masses of land. We are a small country and with a large population, and that will affect you at some point. Okay, at the moment, that is all set to go ahead up in Blackpool. Okay, there is also licenses at the moment in Weston-super-Mare, like in this area, the coast, Weston-super-Mare, on the border of Wiltshire, and in Dorset, the Jurassic Coast. Okay, that is what your countryside could look like. If you go on holiday in any of those places or drive past those places, you will be seeing it, breathing it, smelling it, I guarantee you. Okay. The other thing is, as I said, our rock is cavernous and limestone, which causes earthquakes. There was already tremors up in Lancashire a few years ago. Okay, and even here, like even around Weston-super-Mare, it is cavernous rock. It could cause earthquakes. You've got Hinkley Point that's right there, that's a nuclear power station, which has no earthquake protection at all, by the way, that building. So should there be an earthquake in Somerset, it would be completely devastating. Also, the flood barriers would open and the whole place would be underwater, just as it used to be. Yeah, it's really not what we want, okay? Currently, so what's happening up in Lancashire right now is that the entire population of the whole area declared that they did not want this to happen in that area. The government overrode it, and I'm talking about the Conservative government. They are for fracking. The Labour and Lib Dems are not, and the Green Party obviously. But yeah, it was the Conservative Party overrode that decision because they said it was of national importance, national interest for this to go ahead. Okay, so they can override that. But the thing is to emphasize that they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what the toxic concoction is, and I'm going to put a video below about the research that has been done in Australia, so that will tell you all about that. They don't know where the waste will end up. And they don't know the health effects. Again, that toxicity video will talk about the health effects, and believe me, people are suffering and dying already because of fracking, because of these gas fields. It will affect farmers, especially because of it's the countryside, and it will affect their livestock. Their livestock will be breathing it, drinking the water, all of this. I need to emphasize to you people, what we're talking about is ecocide. Ecocide is the destruction of our ecology, our ecosystem, our land, our countryside. Okay, that's what we're talking about now. And hand in hand with that, with ecocide, will come genocide. Okay, we're talking about killing people, killing us. And if you think that the government won't do that, just think about all the things that have happened previously in history. All the government dupes, all the propaganda, all the media pulling the wool over our eyes. It's happened so many times, and let me tell you, this is happening right now. If any government person or anything on the media, anything you read that is positive about fracking, please check the facts and look it up, find out for yourself, is that true? Because I guarantee you it's probably not. Okay, I've put another video about that underneath, about this man who is very well informed. He says he's not pro or anti-fracking, he just is pro-information, and right now nobody knows anything. He asked Quadrilla where the waste will end up, and they said they don't know. That's as simple as that, okay? So what can you do about it, other than obviously getting informed, as what I've said, and sharing information. Sharing this video would be a really great way to start. But I just want to tell you that actually we've had a lot of successes already, and I'm talking about mostly the anti-fracking groups. They do a lot, okay? So they've stopped licenses, they've occupied land until licenses have expired. They've informed communities, they've mobilised. Frack-Free Somerset in Keynsham stopped fracking from happening there. So many things are very positive. Up in Preston New Road, which is in Blackpool, there is currently a rolling blockade, which means that for the whole month of July, there will be at least 100 people on the land occupying it, because if there is 100 people on that land occupying it, Quadrilla can't do anything about the industrialization. Okay, so what the people up there really need your support. There is a bus going from Bristol on the 20th of July and coming back on the 21st to go up and join the Farmers Against Fracking March, which is on Friday the 21st. And you can get the bus to and from, stay one night, absolutely amazing. And if you want to do something really positive to help those people, I'm talking about those people are at the gates of hell, literally. Okay, and they've been there for so long. They need support, they need solidarity, they need emotional and physical support. If that's not quite your thing, and don't worry, that's not really a dangerous gig either. They will look after you if you don't want to do anything dangerous like getting arrested or anything like that. There's a lot of provision up there for you, so it is safe to go. Okay. But another thing you could do is find a frack-free group near you, and I guarantee there will be one in your county or something, somewhere around. Get organised with them, get as involved as you want, even if you just go to a few events, do some leafleting for them, do their social media, whatever they need help with, whatever your skills are, they can use you, so please go and just ask them. The other thing you could do is join a Friends of the Earth group, because that's one of their main projects as well, is anti-fracking at the moment. Okay, so that's what I'm involved in Glastonbury at the moment. Okay, so you may be thinking, what's the point in doing all this when it could just be ignored by the government? Okay, but the point is we need solidarity. We need people to stand up and say, no, we don't want it. And the more people we get informed, the more people stand against it, and the more people we know that if the drills come here, we've got on our back, we've got with us, is going to be harder and harder and harder for fracking to continue in this country. And actually there's some that think that fracking has got no foothold in this country at all, but we still have a long way to go to make sure that that's true. Actually, the best way to stop fracking happening down here in Somerset or in this area is to stop it happening up in Blackpool, because as hard as we make it up there, they're going to think twice about doing it anywhere else in the country. Okay, so just get involved with your local group and see what they're doing. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is investment, because what Quadrilla needs, they are a company, they need investors. They need people to invest their money in their company, otherwise they can't do fracking. Okay, which remember they wouldn't call fracking, exploration, whatever. Okay, people, this industry is all speculative. Nobody actually knows. Quadrilla do not know how much money is in it. They do not know if they can even find gas down there. They don't know anything, okay? They don't know what the effects will be, the health effects. If you invest in this company, you will be investing in the industrialization of our landscape, the pollution of our air and water, and the destruction of our health. Okay, simple as that. And I know it may seem like a really good investment because it's gas and oil, but how about you think about investing in renewables instead? Because as far as I can see, that is our only future. That's our only possible future. Okay, so what I just want to say lastly is that with all of this, everybody doing everything you can possibly do, and there's so many things, together we are powerful. And it's true, okay? The government has to listen. At the end of the day, they have to eventually. Okay, so the more people get involved, the more of us rise up against this, then the more difficult it's going to be for them, the more money it's going to cost Quadrilla, and the less likely they are going to do it. I was just in the meeting at Weston-super-Mare, and I could see like an anti-fracking coastal protectors meeting, And I was looking around at all these beautiful people and all their passions and all their talents and all the collective things and the minds and everything that they can do. And I just thought, what an absolute waste. What a waste that we are all sat here wasting our time on this ridiculous thing that is so, it's a no-brainer that it shouldn't happen. It's going to destroy our health, our countryside, and there's no money in it that's guaranteed. There's nothing, no reason to do it anyway. And so I would just really love to ask you, help those people, because God, could you imagine what those talents and what those passions could be used for if they didn't have to put up with this crap? Okay, let's stop fracking now, forever, for good. Thank you so much for listening. Love you. And watch the links below.